I usually do a little demo slash game called Minute to Win It to get the kids interested in friction. And so the slide where you see Minute to Win It, what I usually do is I show kids this phone book. Well, it's not really a phone book, just book intertwined. I put tape on it because the kids tend to pull the binding off. And if you have two kids stand out in the room, right in the middle of the room there, and try to pull it apart, I tell them they can't jerk it back and forth. You hang on and you just pull steady. And you got to grip real tight from each end when you do that. So you'd grip here and here, and then the other kid would be standing over there and pull. Have them do that in the front of the room. And then what I do, just to make it kind of entertaining, is I have one kid come up, and I give them a minute to try to intertwine the pages the best they can in 1 minute, like that. And at the end of the minute, I have two other kids come up and see if they can pull it apart. And if you can find my candy, you could give the winner a piece of candy or something. I'll try to remember to leave some. So then I usually have them try to explain why it's hard to pull apart. And then you'll notice I have a spot for actual explanation in there. And let me see if I can explain it briefly. What I usually do is I write up on the screen. Each page has its own static friction between the two pages. So if I try to slide these two things apart, initially they won't slide apart because of the static friction. It eventually turns into sliding friction. So I just make up a number. Say between each page there's 5 newtons of static friction. And because you have all the intertwined pages, you end up adding up all that static friction, which makes it nearly impossible to separate. And then you can show a short clip of them trying to separate phone books with tanks on Mythbusters.